Alright y'all, so here is my Porch Pirate prototype. I'll give you a quick rundown of my deterrents and the way I did my sensors, and then I'll show you it in action. So first up, this is my powder CO2 powered powder launcher. So this funnel, eventually I'm gonna fill it with some sort of powder. I've thought about like using anti-itch powder or itching powder or something like that. Here's my CO2 can. It's not fully installed all the way just because I don't want to use any of my disposables during just the testing phase that I'm still in. But it is mostly fully functional. Basically what happens is the motor opens and closes this valve, and then the compressed air will spray the stuff that's in the funnel up into the air and create a big mess. Next up we got our air horn. As you can see, I've got sort of like a pear-shaped thing here that'll turn around and pulse and hit the on button on our air horn. That's also not installed, just because I don't want to wake up my neighbors and all that. Yeah, okay, cool. And then, yeah, over here, so I have an LED light to signal if the box is armed or disarmed. Currently it's in the disarmed state because the light is off, but when I turn it on, then it'll be the LED will be on. And then I'm using an IR remote and receiver, and there's the receiver right there. Yeah, and then here, I'll open it real quick. And right there I have a limit switch to tell when the box has been opened or closed. So yeah, I'll show it in action then, I suppose. Alright, cool. So, got it closed, and we're gonna press our on button on here. And as you can see, the LED turned green, which means the box is armed. And here we go. We're gonna open the box, and I don't know if you saw it, but that did open the valve real quick. And as you can see, it's pulsing, hitting the button on the air horn. I also made a function here. Let me turn it off. Okay, now it's disarmed. I also made a function where I can reset the valve and close it. Oh, yeah, so I press another button on my IR remote, and it'll close the valve of the air so that I can, use it again. It resets itself, or I can reset it. Yeah, basically, I'm using a 12-volt power supply. Using an H-bridge, big boy, which this is also powering my Arduino. I'm using, oop, there that went. Okay, sorry. I'm using the 5-volt from here to go and power the Arduino. I'm going to show the serial monitor in the next step because I read somewhere, and I had a lot of problems when I had the computer hooked up while my power is hooked up. So yeah, I had a lot of issues running that. So yeah, I'm gonna do a separate one of just like the sensors and actuators and the serial monitor showing the triggered states and all that.
Alrighty, cool. So I'm going to show you the serial monitor running for my project. So I'm just using the same sensors readings as the phase 2. So basically, we've got our time in milliseconds since the program was started running, and then our running state, and then there's our triggered state. Cool. So we're going to close our box, and that's not going to change anything because the box is disarmed. So it's not going to be. So now I'm going to turn it on. And as you can see, it's displaying 1 in the on state, or we're in the running state, but it's displaying off really quickly. So it's not triggered. So then we're gonna come over here. We're gonna open the box, and it goes to the on triggered state, which means that's when it's gonna turn on all the motors and all the fun stuff. As you can see, close it again. Goes back to the off state. Press our power button. Turns it back to everything zeros, and you can turn it on and off like that. So yeah, still going to do some fine tuning with location of all the stuff in the box. Yeah, and then I need to figure out what powder I'm going to use in the funnel launcher thing. But other than that, I'm just about done. There's a couple like small things, like I need to fix that screw because it won't quite tighten all the way. But yeah, no, everything gets power that's supposed to get power, and it all turns and works. So I just need to set up how all the motors and air horn and CO2 cans are just going to be set up inside the box, and we should be good to go. Yeah, everything's working well. Thank you. This is Andrew Schaub, by the way.